Hey, what's up, piece of YouTube? You're watching Texonics, and this is the Realme T310, the successor to the Realme T300 in the entry-level budget lineup of Realme's T-series earbuds. It's been about a month since its release, and if you want to watch unboxing of it, you can head over to my shorts page and have a look there. I like to do it that way, like a product showcase, sync to the music. Hope you like it and enjoy it. And now let's dive in and see what Realme has got up its sleeves in this budget offering. Talk about the look and design. It's got the glossy and shiny skin, just like the Air Series 5 Pro and 6 Pro. So it's gonna be a scratches magnet, but as I've got the light shade color, those won't be visible as much as the horrible case of the Air 6 Pros. And the good thing is that the black variant of the buds comes with a matte finish, as shown on their official site. I do prefer the shape of the case, more rectangular and curves on the corners, which actually lets it slip inside the tiny pocket of your jeans really easily. Now here's a bunch of earbuds that I have handy that have really small case, and surprisingly none of them slips inside, including this tiniest Buds 2 Pro case. This calls for a new test to be added called the Tiny Jeans Pocket Test for every earbud that I get my hands on. I know it sounds silly, but it's quite practical to know that. And by the way, ever wondered what that small tiny pocket on your jeans was originally designed for? If you know that, just throw it in the comments. Well, to be honest, I didn't know. Now I know. Anyways, back to the earbuds. Flip open the lid and it quickly gets connected through a pop-up. As usual with all buds, takes about 10 seconds when you're connecting it for the first time, and the connection remains solid as it's got Bluetooth 5.4, easily staying through a couple of walls. Talking about the apps and features, it does come with the Realme Link app support, and as it's the successor to the T300, it does come with the additional features that the T300 lacks and is really good for the price that they sit in, even after a minor price bump. Although the features are quite mixed bag, let me explain. It comes with a few new features and sound customization that even the Pro Realme models don't have, yet misses out on the really essential feature that mostly all the buds in this price segment carries, and that's the in-ear detection. Yes, there's no in-ear detection in T310s, so you're not going to be getting these buds to autoplay or pause your media or music when you take them out of your ears or put them back in. It's not a deal breaker, but it's really strange why Realme skipped onto it. Now coming to the sound customization, the usual Realme EQ modes are there, out of which I like original sound, which we'll talk about in detail in sound quality section, and pure bass mode for listening to modern electronic genres. Serenade is something which is too bass shy, and deep bass is something that's got a lot of bass. So that's something that I don't prefer, but you can try them. You also get the custom equalizer to tune it as per your taste. Now to that one unique feature that's been introduced with these buds in the Realme lineup is the dynamic audio. Earlier, it just used to be dynamic bass, but now you can have even more finer controls to the mid frequencies and the highs along with the lows. And tell you what, it works really nicely. For instance, let's say you prefer vocals and listening to music more, you slide the mid frequency a few notches up as per your needs, and it will dynamically enhance those mid frequencies in the mix. Also, whatever you've tweaked in the dynamic audio is specific to the preset that you've already chosen. Just to show you, I really like the pure bass preset on these, but at times I find the bass to be a little overpowering, so I tweak the low frequency slider a few notches down, and it keeps these settings for pure bass mode only. So when I switch back to original sound, the dynamic audio settings also change accordingly. A real big thumbs up to Realme for letting us dial in the sound so good in entry-level budget pair. It also gives you spatial audio that lets you have an immersive sound experience. It's good for watching movies and playing games, but I don't prefer it to listen to music though, as I like to listen to music as it was intended by the producer or the artist. There's this volume enhancer which I usually suggest to keep it off because you don't want to be damaging your ears listening in the long run. Next up is the dual device connection. The buds easily connected to devices and seamlessly switches to the device where there's an incoming call, pausing the media that you were playing in the other device, and that's really neat. When it comes to latency, mainly for gaming or media playback, Realme has always been fabulous with all their earbuds giving low latency, and here also in gaming mode the T310s provide 45 millisecond ultra low latency, which is great and won't pose any problems for even enthusiast gamers, maybe just fit in for pro gamers, but we all know that for pro gaming, going wired is the best solution with zero latency. And for media playback, there's no lip sync issues, even normally without the game mode on. The earbud fit test, self-explanatory, checks if you've got a good seal, mindful mode with a bunch of relaxing sounds for you to focus or maybe fall asleep, button settings for customized touch controls as per your need, and these are the ways you can set it up. Just pause and have a look. Mind you, it doesn't have single tap, and that's really good to avoid accidental touches, which happens quite a lot on earbuds. And lastly, find my phone, which helps you find your phone by ringing it. I don't know how this feature is useful. At least I haven't come across anybody who finds their phone with the help of earbuds. But yeah, it's there. It also has IP55 water and dust resistance. Onto the battery life, it gives you a total of 40 hours of playback with earbuds and charging case, and that's quite good for such a small case. 9 hours on just the earbuds with ANC off and 6 hours with ANC on. A 10-minute quick chat would give you about 5 hours with both case and buds. The charging time to fully charge the case plus the earbuds is about 1.5 hours, and the case charges the buds to full in about an hour. Now coming to the active noise cancellation, it's got 46 dB hybrid ANC with 3 different settings to choose from: mild, moderate and max, with mild differences between them. And let us all accept we all use it in the max mode only. The ANC works well, though there's one weird thing that I noticed with it is, in trying to cancel out the outside noise, it pushes in white noise into your ears, and it somewhat feels like a high noise flow that's constantly present in the background. So it seems like it pushes a mix of white noise along with the cancelled out signals to drown out the outside noise, and as the surrounding goes louder, the noise also goes up, and that kinda gets really annoying to me as my ears are really sensitive. Now to confirm this, I double checked it with the AirSix Pros that I have and found out there's no such issue in them. Now you wouldn't notice it in the outside atmosphere when there's a lot of noise and sounds around you, but we all do use active noise cancellation in home environment as well, and that is where in the quiet places it kind of bothers quite a bit. So check with your units, and if it is there, do let me know in the comments. And if it happens to be with everyone, then Realme need to fix this up through some update. The transparency mode is really good, sounds quite natural as well, no issues in this part. There's this enhanced voices in transparency mode, which I believe enhances voices to let you talk to somebody while keeping the transparency mode on. There's wind noise reduction as well in both modes. Now onto the most important part that you've been waiting for, the sound signature. When it comes to sound quality, in my experience, Realme has been delivering real good. It has impressed me when I reviewed their super budget friendly neckband, the Wireless 3 Neo, and also their best, the Realme S6 Pro, and they surely continue to do the same trend with the T310s as well. Realme has tuned the 12.4mm dynamic driver really well over here that delivers a good balanced sound output with great details that's really impressive for this price range. The high frequencies come through really well, doesn't have any harsh edge, and is softer on your ears, good for longer listening sessions without having an ear fatigue. Even though it's not as refined and airy as the AirSix Pros, but the detail retrieval is fabulous for this price. The percussions in any song comes through with a lot of detail without being piercing. Listening to Chase and Status and credits, the strumming guitar at the start sounds nice and crisp, and the washed out cymbals build up in the background comes through clean. Moving on to the mid frequencies, seems like it sounds pretty much flat throughout, which is really good. Doesn't make the vocals too thin or too thick, and they come out really well, be it male or female. And that also helps the instruments to come through clearly without clashing with the vocals that much. The vocals don't sound too much upfront or laid back in the mix, but just about at the right spot. Now on to the lows. The T310s handle these frequencies without a fuss. The bass on these sounds delicious. It doesn't sound boomy or overpowering, and the best thing, it doesn't bleed into the mid-range, which is really good. The sub-bass in the mid-bass is also balanced really well. Their kicks come out punchy and tight. Even on the fast-paced tracks and songs like these, T310s hold up really well and doesn't feel sluggish at all. This is the reason I chose this track, to show its ability to handle even very fast-paced and energetic songs with ease. Now coming to the soundstage and imaging, it does have a good sense of space and lets the instruments breathe in. It's wider than the buds that comes in this price range, but lacks a little bit of depth, and the imaging is fairly good as well. You can certainly pinpoint the instruments pretty well. So overall in sound, the T310s just impresses in every way. The lows, mids and highs gel well together, and nothing seems to be too upfront or too laid back. It's such a versatile buds that you can eke out any kind of sound signature through its presets and don't lose the clarity. Thanks to its more like a neutral sound signature with a bit of bass hump that gives it a nice warmth in its default balanced mode. Remember, everything that I've talked about sound quality is in regards to the price bracket that they sit in. So when I say it's really impressive or great, it's for that price bracket. Of course, it cannot go and compete with the AirSix Pros, but very much capable earbud in this price range. So much so that I prefer the vocal presentation on these than the AirSix Pros, because AirSix Pros vocals sound farther in the mix. Moving on to the microphone or call quality on these, the buds have 3 microphones on each side that helps them cancel out the noise effectively, and this is how you'd sound in a quiet environment. Check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3. This is the sound from the microphone of Realme T310, and this is how it sounds like in an indoor environment, at your home,
Now I'll just ramp the fan up to its full speed. Check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3. This is the sound from the Realme T310, and this is how it sounds like under the full swing ceiling fan. Check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3.
This is the camera mic. This is the direct recording from the camera mic.
Check 1 2 3, check 1 2 3. Now this is the sound from the Realme Buds T310, the new ones, and this is how it sounds like in a really busy environment, a lot of traffic, and this is how it sounds like in the outdoor situation with active noise cancellation on.
So there you go, all scenarios covered. Now you may have a fair idea on how the mic quality on these buds sound. A lot better than the usual 2 microphones you get with the other buds in the same price range. Here there's 3. There's something you get from a mid-range or premium earbuds. So to conclude everything, is it worth getting? Yes, absolutely. As there's not many earbuds that sound so really good and punches way above its own weight class, making it an excellent value for money pick. With so many features, good noise cancellation, except that little quirk in noise cancellation which could be fixed with an update, great sound quality with long battery life, makes it a compelling option to go for. At the moment, it's going out for $2499 or around $30, same as the launch price, but at times it drops to $2199 on offer days. The difference isn't much, and for whatever price you get it, it's a good buy. So that's all for this video. I hope it came in handy for you guys to make a firm decision. And if the information was useful, you know how to support the channel by subscribing, liking and sharing with your thousands of friends. Buying links in the description. Please go ahead and buy from there. Lot more stuffs and comparisons coming around the same price range in the upcoming videos. Until then, keep your ears safe and sound and catch you in the next one.